2025. It is now 4:30. The meeting will begin. Can you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence after?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner. Cynthia, can we get a roll call?
Talmadge.
Here.
Kabaki.
Here.
Mosley Shelton.
Here.
Myricks.
Here.
Hopridge.
Here, for the record, we have all 5 present. Number 3, declaration of conflict of interest. Number 4, communications.
We have one communication for you this evening. This is a memo put together by Cynthia regarding a new residential property portal that we have created that is on our website, gohammond.com. You can find it at gohammond.com/property-portal. And we opened it up April 1st, and we are hoping to streamline the process to sell residential parcels that the city owns to the public to build single-family homes. That's our initiative. And since it opened up 2 weeks ago, we have 22 people interested, and that's a great number. So tonight, we're looking for you to just quickly review, refer to staff with authorization to advertise for the RFP process.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Myrick, second by Commissioner Talmadge. That's for these properties to be referred to staff and an RFP to go out. Can we get a vote on that?
Talmadge.
Yes.
Kabaki.
Yes.
Mosley Shelton.
Yes.
Myricks.
Yes.
Hopridge.
Yes, motion passes with 5 yes.
Great, thank you, and you will see these come before you within a month or so
Yeah,
for
quite a
the
few
process.
properties. Thank you,
Yeah,
Ann.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That's awesome.
It is great.
Okay, number 5 is our minutes dating March 18, 2025.
Mr. President, if there are no further questions or discussions, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes dated March 18th, 2025.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Kabaki, second by Commissioner Shelton. That's our minutes dating March 18, 2025. If there's no further questions or discussion or corrections or additions to the minutes, roll call, please.
Talmadge.
Yes.
Kabaki.
Yes.
Mosley Shelton.
Yes.
Myricks.
Yes.
Hopridge.
Yes, motion passes 5 yes. Number 6 is authorization to advertise a request for proposals for the sale of real estate for property commonly known as 826 Willow Court.
Yeah, we received interest in 826 Willow Court as a potential side yard with a fence for an abutting neighbor, so we're asking for authorization to advertise to start the process.
This is just a vacant lot.
Vacant lot, yes.
Mr. President, if there's no further questions or discussion, I'd like to make a motion for the authorization to advertise a request for proposals for the sale of real estate for property commonly known as 826 Willow Court.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Thomas, second by Commissioner Kabaki. Let's have a roll call, please.
Talmadge.
Yes.
Kabaki.
Yes.
Mosley Shelton.
Yes.
Myricks.
Yes.
Hopridge.
Yes, motion passes 5 yes. Number 7 is approval of agreement to purchase real estate for property commonly known as 4736 Toll Avenue.
Commissioners, this parcel and the one coming up at 838 Carroll Street are both vacant parcels again that the abutting neighbor is looking to acquire via purchase for a side yard, an extension of their property. Often these parcels are too small to be buildable, so they are offered up as side yards. So it's kind of like we're cleaning up our books, getting rid of these smaller parcels that are dotted around the city.
Mr. President, if there's no further questions and discussions, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of agreement to purchase real estate for property commonly known as 4736
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Myrick, second by Commissioner Tomich. Roll call then, please.
Tomich?
Yes.
Kubaki?
Yes.
Mosley Shelton?
Yes.
Myrick?
Yes.
Poppert?
Yes, motion passes 5 yes. Okay, pretty much the same thing. Number 8 is an approval of agreement to purchase real estate for a property commonly known as 838 Carroll Street.
Mr. President, if there's no questions, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of agreement to purchase real estate for property commonly known as 838 Carroll Street.
Second?
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Tomich, second by Commissioner Kubaki. Let's have a roll call then.
Tomich?
Yes.
Kubaki?
Yes.
Mosley Shelton?
Yes.
Myrick?
Yes.
Poppert?
Yes, motion passes 5 yes. Okay, number 9 is an approval of agreement to purchase real estate for a property commonly known as 5341 Seoul Avenue and 6909 Kane Street.
Commissioners, this agreement to purchase redevelopment property came to you a month or two ago from an owner, Mr. Garcia. He is looking to expand his business and for both business and parking around his existing business. So this is the purchase agreement that we are approving tonight for $10,000.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Myrick, second by Commissioner Tomich. That's the approval of the agreement to purchase real estate for property commonly known as 5341 Seoul Avenue and 609 Kane Street. Roll call, please.
Tomich?
Yes.
Kubaki?
Yes.
Mosley Shelton?
Yes.
Myrick?
Yes.
Poppert?
Yes, motion passes 5 yes. All right, number 10 is an approval agreement to purchase real estate for a property commonly known as 4730 Cameron Avenue.
And again, this is also for a side yard for an abutting landowner. This should be the last one for the evening.
Mr. President, if there are no further questions, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of agreement to purchase real estate for property commonly known as 4730 Cameron Avenue.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Shelton, second by Commissioner Tomich. Roll call then, please.
Tomich?
Yes.
Kubaki?
Yes.
Mosley Shelton?
Yes.
Myrick?
Yes.
Poppert?
Yes, motion passes with 5 yes. Thank you. We're going to jump to number 15. So we're going to move that on up to the agenda here. Number 15 is a determination of compliance for a 2-unit commercial building at 3514 169th Street in the Florida-Parish sub-area expansion area of the Gateways redevelopment area.
Good afternoon, members of the Redevelopment Commission. My name is Jim Weiser. I'm the attorney for the project. I have here with me the Andrea Ragona, who's Miss Everything for the project, the project manager. And I also have Russ Posen, our engineer, here with us as well. We've been working pretty diligently, I like to think, with Brian and with Tom. They've been really great about it. We've provided all the information that we can and the information that they, I think, require. I know they've issued a report to you, and we are comfortable with that report. And it's, as you said, it's a project over on the east side, fairly close to Morton High School, where we'll be repurposing that parcel, removing the bank, the old bank building, and constructing, for sure, a Dollar Tree. We're not sure what the other tenant is going to be or who the other tenant is going to be yet, but it's going to be a really good-looking project, and we're pretty excited about presenting it to you. So that's pretty much. And if Brian or Tom have comments and we need to respond, if you don't mind, I'd be happy to do that.
No, thank you, Mr. Weiser. Appreciate you coming out tonight, and we'll turn it over to Brian Pullen to give a little overview of this project, or Mr. Novak.
That's all right. Brian's got enough on his plate this meeting. So, Yeah, as you stated, it's in the Briary Shopping Center. It's one of the outlots. Old BMO Harris Bank was there. They're demolishing that. They're going to be building an 11,800 square foot building, 10,000 square foot unit. It's going to be the Dollar Tree. The east side is going to be the 1,800 square feet unit. Like you said, we're not sure what the tenant is yet, but it may have a drive-through function like the bank did before it. They're not sure yet. 15 on-site parking spaces are provided, but they also have indicated there are some cross-parking and cross-access easements between them and the other lots. As you may notice, there's no access directly from 169th Street, so they'll be utilizing easements to access it from the other parts of the lot. They did make an effort to try and comply with some of these plan guidelines, such as putting the dumpsters and the drive-through and the loading not off 169th Street, but in the back. They did put the parking lot in the front due to the narrowness of the building, but I think you'll notice the plan for the building blends a little bit more with more modern things like the O'Reilly Auto Parts store that was built right next door to it. So I think the plan design guidelines were met sufficiently by this proposal. They did take some initial comments and feedback and did make some amendments to the site plan that you have in front of you. There's going to be some further back and forth, of course, and technical review. And they have provided us with some preliminary engineering, the parking lot, and the site plan, the grading, utilities, stormwater, all that kind of stuff. So we're working through all that stuff with them. I think it's important that we notice the, of course, economic development aspect of it. $2.5 million investment. There'll be 30 jobs, maybe more, depending on who that second tenant is. But for a parcel that's sat vacant for a few years, I think that's a pretty hefty investment. So, they'll be going to the Plan Commission and possibly the BZA as well after you guys, besides the normal technical review. Guys have any questions for me? I can take them. If not, I can read the staff recommendation.
No, I'm just glad to see something go there then, being the bank going to be demoed, something going up right
Yeah.
after that.
No, that'll be nice. Yeah. All right, well, staff recommendation reads as, there are some outstanding issues regarding cross-access and cross-parking easements and details of the site plan, such as drive-through functionality. Whether developmental variances from the Board of Zoning Appeals are required regarding the parking plan cannot be determined until further information provided. So final comments from departments are pending. Therefore, staff recommends that the Redevelopment Commission determine that the proposed two-unit commercial building at 3514 169th Street is in compliance with the Gateway's redevelopment area plan, subject to 1, final technical review from the various departments, 2, receiving approval from the Plan Commission on the one-lot minor subdivision and the development plan for a property zoned C2 shopping center district, and 3, determination of and receiving approval of any potential variances from the BZA. Thank you.
Okay. Does Mr. Polenbrand, has he got any final comments or? Okay. All right, then, sounds like a nice, exciting project in addition to the festival area there. So, anybody want to entertain a motion on the recommendation on the plan subject to?
Mr. President, there's no further questions or discussion. I'd like to make a motion for the determination of compliance with the two-unit commercial building at 3514 169th Street, Florida Parish Sub-Area Expansion Area, Gateway Redevelopment Area, subject to 1, final technical approval from the various departments, 2, receiving approval from the Plan Commission on one-lot minor subdivision and the development plan for property zone C2 shopping district, and 3, determination of and receiving approval of potential areas of these.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made then by Commissioner Myrick, second by Commissioner Shelton. Is there any further questions or discussion on this project? Okay, then roll call, please.
Tomich,
Yes.
Kubaki,
Yes.
Mosley Shelton,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Poppridge.
Yes, motion passes with 5 yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian and Tom. Okay, that concludes that. We're going to move back in order then to number 11 is a public hearing. That's East Hammond Urban Renewal Area Boundary Modification. I'm going to open that up now for public hearing. I'm going to open that up. If anybody would like to come forward and speak on that.
Before you close it, do you want to have Dan Bowditch come up and just explain what the modification is? And then no one from the public wants to talk, then you can close your public hearing.
Sure. Welcome, Mr. Bowditch.
Welcome, good evening, Commissioners and President. Basically, this is for the East Hammond Urban Renewal Area. There is a modification to the boundary. The boundary is a two-block area just north. It's residential property just on the east side of Calumet Avenue. In order to keep the property consistent with the upcoming City Hall redevelopment area down the full corridor, it was a matter of removing this two-block area that's residential, and then it's going to be placed into the City Hall redevelopment area. So that's the only modification. The urban renewal plan is not amended for planning purposes, other than the boundary description. There were some technical corrections that were made based upon some issues in prior years, but nothing that would materially impact the plan. So it's a boundary modification, basically, that's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just about urban renewal area.
Do you have any questions about the City Hall for the public hearing? Is that
Well,
what
we
you-
haven't gotten to that yet, Brian.
Okay, so you're doing them separately?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Now, see if there's nobody that wants to, from the public wants to speak about this boundary modification.
Yes, if anybody still would like to come forward. If not, then,
This is for City Hall.
No,
Not
we
yet.
haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
I know you're anxious about the City Hall.
that's okay.
Sorry, I'll use the microphone, Brian.
Yeah, so number 11, the public hearing is now closed. The public hearing is closed. Public hearing is closed. Okay,
Before you open this one, just have Dan come up again and explain this one.
okay. Yeah, before we, number 12 is a public hearing. Before I read it, what is City Hall redevelopment area designation redevelopment plan for the approval of City Hall allocation area designation? I will have Mr. Dan Bowditch, if you can come forward and give a little brief overview of that before I open it up to a public hearing.
So generally, this is an extension of the declaratory resolution. The approval process by state statute is you start with a declaratory resolution, and I'll go through that process during the confirmatory next steps. But this is the plan for the City Hall redevelopment area that's already been presented to you. Generally, the frontage on Calumet Avenue from 50th Street all the way down on both sides in general to 165th Street. The intent predominantly is for commercial development and for an allocation area provision for capture of assessed value to stimulate and be a catalyst for public improvements, as well as any other private improvements within the redevelopment area commercial corridor. Again, it's all been presented to you. The Redevelopment Commission approved the plan. It's gone through the Plan Commission, the City Council, but we'll go into more detail, a little bit more detail during the next phase, but that's the general gist of the public hearing. If the public has any comments on the plan or the process, that's really the purpose.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Bowditch. Okay, now I will open up This is a public hearing. It is open now. Public hearing is open. Public hearing is open for the City Hall redevelopment area designation redevelopment plan approval of City Hall allocation area designation.
Hi,
Hi.
now I'm at the right time. So I just want to make a few comments that as the plan went through the process of the declaratory back in December, and when it reached the Plan Commission, we looked through the language of the plan, and we recognized that there were some technical issues with the plan document itself. And so we put together some modifications to that document, and that is what went through the Plan Commission, went through the City Council, and now is back at your stage for the confirmatory, so that you have an amended plan with all those, the corrected version of that with all the technical corrections in it.
Okay. All right, if no one else wants to come forward, public hearing is closed. Public hearing is closed. Public hearing is closed. Thank you. And number 13 is an approval of resolution number 2025-05, a resolution of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission confirming amending declaratory resolution 2024-11 that amended the declaratory resolution which established, designated, and approved the East Hammond Urban Renewal Area and the Urban Renewal Plan for the East Hammond Urban Renewal Area, Indiana R91 NPD Area 2, to modify the boundary description. So this went with number 11.
Mr. President, if there are no further questions, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of resolution number 2025-05, a resolution of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission confirming amending declaratory resolution 2024-11 that amended the declaratory resolutions which established, designated, and approved the East Hammond Urban Renewal Area and the Urban Renewal Plan for the East Hammond Urban Renewal Area, Indiana R-91 MPD Area 2, to modify the boundary description.
Second.
Okay, motion then has been made by Commissioner Shelton, second by Commissioner Tomich. If there's no further questions or discussion, then roll call, please.
Talmadge,
Yes.
Kubaki,
Yes.
Mosley Shelton,
Yes.
Myricks,
Yes.
Poppers.
Yes, motion passes with 5 yes. Okay, number 14 is an approval of resolution number 2025-06, confirmatory resolution of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission adopting declaratory resolution number 2024-17 that established and designated the City Hall redevelopment area, approved a redevelopment plan for the City Hall redevelopment area, and designated the City Hall redevelopment area as the City Hall allocation area for the purposes of tax increment financing, all pursuant to the Indiana Code 36-7-14 and the Indiana Administrative Code 50 IAC 8. This goes with number 12.
Mr. President, if there are no further questions, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of resolution number 2025-06, confirmatory resolution of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission adopting declaratory resolution number 2024-17 that established and designated the City Hall redevelopment area, approved a redevelopment plan for the City Hall redevelopment area, and designated the City Hall redevelopment area as the City Hall allocation area for the purpose of tax increment financing, all pursuant to Indiana Code 36-7-14 and the Indiana Administrative Code 50 IAC 8.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Selton, second by Commissioner Kabaki, but before we take a vote on a roll call, I think Mr. Bowditch might have a final comment.
And just for the record, and Brian had brought it up, this confirmatory resolution has been approved by the Hammond Plan Commission with a written order and resolution with modified technical clarifications. The City Council approved that Plan Commission action. Again, notice was published in the paper on April 4th, 2025. Notice was provided to the planning entities of the City of Hammond on or before April 4th, 2025. A tax impact and benefits statement was mailed out because of the allocation provision to all the overlapping taxing units, for which they were done by certified return receipt mail. The return receipts are being returned to the Redevelopment Commission offices. And the confirmatory resolution does include the modified plan. Normally, with this process, similar to the amendment to the East Hammond Urban Renewal Area, it is included in the declaratory resolution. It is not included in the confirmatory. But in this case, since it was modified for technical clarity, it is included in your, that's why the confirmatory resolution is much thicker. I just wanted to make sure you understood that. And there was nothing material. It was more verbiage and just making sure that the text was consistent with the Plan Commission and the official plans. I do want to thank Brian and his staff and everybody for going through it to make sure it was consistent so that we didn't have to make corrections in the future. Thank you.
All right, thank you for extending that clarification. There is a motion and a second still on the floor. Is there any final comments or questions? Okay, roll call, please.
Talmadge.
Yes.
Kubaki.
Yes.
Mosley Shelton.
Yes.
Myrick.
Yes.
Pupperidge.
Yes, motion passes, 5 yes. Okay, number 16 is our bills register for claims.
Mr. President, if there's no corrections or questions about the Register of Claims, I'd like to make a motion to approve the claims beginning with dated 3/28/25 and ending with claims dated 4/10/25. Claim number R66997 through R67064 inclusive.
Second?
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Tolman, second by Commissioner Kabaki. That's the Register of Claims dated March 28, 2025 through April 10, 2025. Claim R66997 through claim R67064 inclusive. Is there any questions on these claims for staff? Okay, then roll call, please.
Talmadge.
Yes.
Kubaki.
Yes.
Mosley Shelton.
Yes.
Myrick.
Yes.
Pupperidge.
Yes, motion passes, 5 yes. Okay, number 17's reports. We have Ann Taylor. Would you like to share anything tonight?
I do, thank you. I do have a couple items that are coming up before our next meeting together. On Thursday, April 24th, we have our annual Bring Your Children to Work Day here at Hammond City Hall. On the 24th, it'll begin at 2 p.m. and it will be in the mayor's office. Then on Thursday, May 1st, we have our annual prayer breakfast. That will start at 8 a.m. at the Dynasty Banquets. And for tickets, I believe it is Durrell and Community Development if you're interested in getting some tickets to that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Number 18, then, new and unfinished business.
Not at this time.
Okay. And number 19 is a public comment. We'll open that up again. Public comment is open. Public comment is open. If anybody would like to come forward and speak, you may do so now. We'll give you 3 minutes. Okay, then public comment is closed. Public comment is closed. Public comment is closed. Can we get a number 20?
Mr. President, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Can you all signify by aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Meeting is adjourned.